outdated applications and software when they should be focused on driving application agility and innovation.
CDW Amplify Development Services modernizes software and application development to help accelerate innovation and digital transformation.
So you mean building new applications, UI, and mobile interfaces?
Well, you said you needed to innovate more quickly.
Oh, so he's a listener.
To do more at scale, trust CDW Amplify Development Services.
Majesty is a premium health and wellness tea line focused on bringing delicious yet healthy tea blends to the community. Filled with an abundance of vitamins and antioxidants, we work to blend teas with exotic spices and fruits to produce scrumptious and wholesome beverages. So check us out at mymajesties.com. That's MyMajesties.com. My Majesties, an Urban Passport member.
Some carriers will give you just one measly entertainment subscription. One is no fun. With Verizon, there's up to 7 entertainment subscriptions with your unlimited plan. That's 7 times the... 7 times the... No! 7 times the... Music, gaming, Disney+, Hulu, ESPN+, and more. That's 7 times the entertainment! Because everyone deserves better.
And with plans starting at just $35, better costs less than you think.
Since 2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties. Through its programs, Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and Parenting Education Coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresourcesinc.org. Follow us on social media, facebook.com/empowerment.resources and instagram.com/empowermentjax.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids' apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
Supermarket sushi, really?
No. Wait, Troy, you work here?
I'm never not working. Like Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield technology, up to 100% dandruff protection, even between washes.
Never not working, huh?
Oh, Troy, you're such a good teacher.
Yeah, I know. Never not working. Never not working. Never, ever not working.
Are you serious?
Never not working. Dandruff protection that's never not working. Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield technology.
When times get dark, we can't see the help that's all around us. Let 211 be your guiding light for mental health and other resources. Call 211 or visit 211.org.
It's been difficult because I hadn't been able to see my grandchildren.
An expression on someone's face when you do something nice for them.
I miss all my friends in school.
Visit getvaccineanswers.org so you can make an informed decision about COVID-19 vaccine.
For 200 years, Montgomery, Alabama has been making history by people who had the courage to stand up for change. Today, this riverfront city has been reborn, embracing the past and looking forward to the future. From the National Memorial for Peace and Justice to the stage of the Alabama Shakespeare Festival, this is where history was and is made. We are proud to call Montgomery home, and together, we can be the change.
Can I get the now bar, please?
$1.
Have a good one.
Got it.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
Let me get a now bar.
Sure.
$1.
Appreciate you.
Got it.
If you think all pads are exactly the same, think again. This is Always Ultra Thins reinvented with the Always Triple Protection System. This pad wicks gushes 90% faster. absorbs even more so you can feel dry, and locks odors in. Rethink your pad for up to 100% leak-free and odor-free comfort with the totally reinvented Always Ultra Thins. This is always like never before.
Whether it's advice on managing your anxiety or tools to help you stay grounded, Coping-19 provides a range of resources and self-care tips to help you cope with this pandemic. We can help. Find the resources that work best for you at coping-19.org.
Stillman College is an HBCU in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, where we prepare students for a different world. Stillman is a college of distinction for last year and this year. Our largest majors are business and biology, followed closely by psychology, criminal justice, and history for pre-law, communications, English, and religion. Our newest degree programs are in the Department of Computational Sciences, which covers cybersecurity, data analytics, and math. The Biomedical Academy prepares students for competitive entry into health professions and graduate programs. We have established summer biomedical research internships with major research institutions, such as the University of Alabama, Drexel and Temple Universities in Philadelphia, the Salk Institute in San Diego, California, and the universities of Florida, Indiana, and Iowa. We became creative with social distancing and masks for the pandemic. Our students enjoy movie nights at the stadium and the new Melissa and Davis Legacy Courtyard, where you can eat and enjoy friends. We have the Divine Nine Greek letter organizations, student government leadership, and ambassadors. Our small class sizes, nurturing faculty, and friendly environment let you know that Black Lives Matter at Stillman College each and every day. Applications are free. Sign up at discover.stillman.edu. Complete the contact card and apply today. Stillman College, where we prepare students for a different world.
This is Carlos.
What's up? What's up? What's up, fam? Today is the 8th of March, 2023. It's your host, DVP. We're going to do a little show. I'm not sure if the title showed up, but the show is called Karma. Because we're going to just talk about it. I personally don't believe in it. I believe good shit happen to bad people, bad shit happen to good people. But since people love to bring up the word karma, we're going to use it since it's what y'all understand. But before we get deep into the show, as one of my co-hosts, so eloquently reminded me, I wore my red today with intent because I got something I need to get off my chest. And it's crazy that it came to fruition with two people who I like to debate with, or I think they like to debate with me. And if you were an outsider looking in on us, you would swear that we don't like each other at all. And I might even agree with that assessment initially, that I don't think we really care for each other. But through multiple conversations and some mud slinging and some axe throwing, and I think we have an understanding, and we might be cool. We might even go for a drink. I don't know if we're friends yet, but I think we're actually at a cool place. So with that being said, it's March. It's after Black History Month, and we still combining forces. So we're going to get into this show. We're going to talk about a few things. I want y'all to start thinking about what y'all want to do. It's March. It's going to be travel season soon. We're going to start giving out some travel tips. I want you guys to be a little bit more financially invested. We're going to give out some stock tips or just some, I'm sorry, I don't even want to say specifically stock tip, but stock tip is going to be part of it. We're going to give out some money tips. The things that we don't like to talk about, the uncomfortable conversations that we are still not having because they're uncomfortable or because of our ignorance. Again, ignorance means lack of knowledge, nothing bad. So we want to try to bridge some of these gaps and close them for you. So we're going to do that. I got 2-3 topics I want to talk about. And again, as you watch and you listen and we go through this, I value your opinion because no one path is the right path for everybody. And we're going to talk about some things today that we need to fix, and we need to figure out how to fix them. Remember, a problem without a solution is just more bitching. We're not here for that. Well, I'm not here for that. Not today. All right. So I know that Mo is going to be here with me. Stanford may show up and join us and contribute. And I'm sure Mel will be that voice from above to just let us know. As far as I know, me and Mel ain't beefing today, so she ain't got no reason to threaten me and try to beat me up during the show. So we're gonna try to make it. We're gonna try to make it a good. I can't say happy. We're gonna make it a good fire show, and hopefully y'all gonna enjoy it and y'all gonna participate with me. So go get you something to drink. You know what I'm saying? I've been running today. I had a little emergency I had to take care of, so I'm just drinking some regular beverages. We're gonna take a quick break and we'll be right back. Get ready for Random Thoughts with DVP. Aha. That's what we're gonna do.
This is Carlos Brown, letting you know that we're on the move. You can now catch the Carlos Brown Show beginning this July on the Black College Sports Network each and every Saturday from 11 to 1 Eastern Time. That's 10 to 12 Central Time. Same time, new place. On Facebook at the Carlos Brown Show and Black College Sports Network. Online at www.mybcsn.net and on the BCSN app available on Google Play and the Apple App Store.
This is Ryan Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
Bounty versus the old family dish towel. Drying with a fresh sheet of Bounty leaves your hands cleaner than a used dish towel that can carry and redistribute food residue. So ditch the dish towel for better hand hygiene. Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
From novice to aficionado, find yourself here. High quality cigars plus personal customer service with Slow Burn. Visit our website, www.slowburnwaco.com. Slow Burn is Waco's only mobile cigar lounge featuring a meticulous curated collection of premium cigars. It's more than a mobile lounge. It's an environment and an experience rich in history, luxury, and personality. An elegant extension of any celebration occasion. It's the perfect escape and meeting place, a space where you can relax or enjoy a shared passion. Have Slow Burn plan your next big event, or before you are planning to celebrate your win over your athletic rival, you can shop our collections at www.slowburnwaco.com. www.slowburnwaco.com.
But if they want to tab, I'ma do the dab, yeah.
What's up? What's up? What's up? So we back, and I got my man Mo here, and you know, just cause we gonna do what we gonna do. Mo don't even know the subjects yet. He's just here with me to keep me in check and keep me from jumping off a cliff. But one of the first things I want to talk about, I know everybody want to be a news journalist because y'all are so quick to want to report stuff. You don't worry about fact checking. You don't worry about internet checking. You don't worry about if it makes sense. You just want to report something so you can say you was the first. And I get it. Everybody want to be first. Well, y'all do, because I don't do the internet like that. And so, you know, I got on today getting ready for the show because I knew I had a little couple things that was bothering me. And the first thing I see is Kevin Hart and Nick Cannon. And Nick Cannon is going to be hosting the show about who can be the next baby mama. I'm like, really? He going to host a reality show with a bunch of women to see who can be the next baby mama. Now, it makes sense because we know Nick like having babies. We know Nick got money so he can afford to have these babies. But to have a show about it, Nick just don't seem that callous to me about the whole thing. But y'all own it. Y'all own it. All somebody gotta do is say something. If I tell y'all Prince gonna have a concert, it's gonna be 5 posts about it. Y'all know Prince dead, but it's gonna be guesses about whether it's gonna be a holographic concert, whether it's gonna have 1999 in it, yada yada yada. Why is y'all like reporting the craziest stuff sometimes just because you heard something and you did no follow through? I mean, what's with the I want to be first thing? What's with it, Mo? Why do people want to be first to report something, whether it's true or not?
Well, before we get to that, I need to first talk about this Nick Cannon situation because I don't think he can afford those kids because children need both cash, they need money, and they need time. He might have the money, but he don't have the time to spread around for all those kids so that they can grow up and have a healthy relationship with a father, with the dad, with the person who gave them life. That's critically important, especially in our society. You know, we got a lot of issues with fatherhood and motherhood, and we don't need, you know, children being born with no connection to the parental, you know, to their parent. So, you know, that's critical, man. So I disagree with the fact that he can afford to have those kids, you know, another child, you know, because I wouldn't want to be that child that is looking for time for my father, but you know, because he got 13 kids, he only got time for 12 of them, or I get like 5 minutes and everybody else get, you know, 3 or 4 hours or whatever. But in any case, pretty dysfunctional people. Don't use him as an example. Trust me. You know, we need to do
But
much
hold
better
on.
than that.
But before you go further, because you didn't say it right, Mo. Come on, we done quoted. We have given this quote to you. Presents over presents.
That's
PRENC
right.
over gifts. Kids need
That's right.
you to be there, your physical presence, not toys and gifts. You know, you brought that one up on the show one day, so we're gonna stick with that one. But the fact
That's a
that, you know,
fact.
oh yeah, that's why I wanted to make sure because I credit that to you. So I don't want you to veer away from it and call it something else because I like that one. I like that one. But yeah, why do we like reporting on stuff without trying to even check to see if it's true? Why do we, what's the deal with being first? Because there's no
Oh,
precedent
you
for it.
know, no, because there's one thing that's more important. You know what that is?
The like button.
Being no. What we think is being right. So if you got this idea that you're going to report something first and you're going to be right about it, you know, without even fact checking it and searching it and trying to find out if it's right, you know, you got the info, you know what I'm saying? You got that information and you throw it out there, you know, and then you know what? When people come at you, you defend it, you know, with, like you said, without even without even fact checking it. Or I don't know why we do that. It's just, I think it's just for attention, to tell you the truth. Because I don't see any other reason to do something like that. In fact, you know, I would feel much better if the information I was given to someone was factual and going to help them. You don't want to give out bad information. That's just bad news, man. You know what? Imagine if Random Thoughts by DVP, we sitting up here giving people bad information. They go try it and they get hurt, or it hurts them in some way. We're not gonna feel good about that.
And the crazy thing is, when you bring that up, I was in a Facebook debate with somebody, and it's like, I try hard to give you the best information I can. And some of it is opinionated, which is why I have other people, so we can come up with solutions for whatever. But there are some things that I state, whether you like them or not, they are factual. And they're not factual in the sense of they're my facts, they are the facts. And it's funny how people will debate those, and once you see that you're wrong, as opposed to saying my bad or whatever, you move the goalpost, and as we get into the Nick Cannon thing that bothered the shit out of me, I was talking to a gentleman about it. A lady made a post about the slap. And again, I'm never promoting violence, but don't get it twisted. Sometimes violence is the answer. So there's a fine line. Will Smith slapped. No doubts about that. We all saw that. And the guy was saying, we were talking about the responses. And he was like, well, everybody saw it on TV. He should be in jail. And, for those of y'all don't know, I've been a cop. There are, even when I've been a cop, there are tons of people who get slapped. And I will say this from personal and professional experience, the most underreported crime is people getting slapped. That simple assault crime, in my estimation, is the least reported crime ever. I've been in clubs and I've seen it happen. I've been in my personal world, I've seen it happen. I've been in the hood, I've seen it happen. I've been in the rich folks section, I've seen it happen. People get slapped on a regular basis. Nobody goes to jail. So, could Nick have sent him to jail? Absolutely, he didn't. And it's crazy. What the guy wanted to argue with me about is the state picking up the case. And I said, the state ain't gonna pick up no slapper case. Oh, I seen them do it all the time. I said, well, name 2 cases, because I don't do the research. I guarantee you, they do. The state pick up cases all the time. I said, no, the state will pick up domestic violence cases when there is no, when the victim won't come forward. But even then, they need some things to be there before they can do it. There needs to be a report, and there has to be visible violence. You can't just because the police come to the house and y'all claim it was DV, the police can't arrest. There's nothing for the state to pick up. Mo said his wife hit him. She said there's nothing there. But if the cops come in, somebody got a broken arm, they got bruises, lacerations, the state can pick that up because they have evidence of a crime. In case the victim does not want to testify, it won't happen for a slap. And he's like, oh, it happened on TV. And I was like, dude, do you realize Kareem Abdul-Jabbar punched a white man on TV? The brawl in the palace. We've seen fights on TV and nobody got prosecuted. We've seen these things. It's there. You have to have a victim who is willing to go forward with it. And most people don't report slaps. Lots of people have been slapped. Ain't called the cops, even if the cops show up. I'm at a club. I see somebody slap somebody else. I only got one question. What did you want me to do? If you want to go to jail, then yeah, because I got to put you down as a victim. I'm a witness. I can't be the victim. But you know what most people do? Man, have buy me a drink. Do this. Or just keep them out my face. Most people don't go through all that. Most people don't go through all that. And it's funny to me how we talk about this, but then I look at your page, you hollering snitches get stitches. So how can somebody report this if you promote the snitches get stitches? How can they even report the fact that they've been slapped? Because slapping, if we're being totally honest, for you street people, it just hurts your feelings. And so then the guy doubled down on, man, where I come from, if you slap somebody, you liable to draw back a nub. I said, dude, don't stop with that lore. Ain't nobody never drew back no missing fingers or no whole or hand because they got slapped. Oh, you don't know where I'm from, but in East LA and especially New York, it happen all the time. I said, dude, name somebody who you know that lost an arm, lost a limb from a slap. I'll do the research right now because you're a liar. And we love to talk this street talk about how hard the streets are. The streets ain't as violent as people who ain't from the streets try to make them. There are lots of things that happen. There are lots of physical incidents that go on. But Mo, when was the last time you heard about some man losing his wrist, arm, or fingers because he slapped somebody?
Nah, man. Look, I had never heard nothing about a slap, but what I did hear about, some stupid things happened. You probably heard about this one where another person stepped on a person's new pair of sneakers, and they ended up, getting hurt, killed.
Right.
That these kind of things happen.
Right, and I ain't gonna say that people don't get killed for the craziest of reasons, but don't sit back and tell me that somebody drew back a nub from something. That's just something that we love to say. Oh, if you do it, oh, you're gonna be drawing back a nub. Dude, come on. That's an idiotic phrase that permeates, but ain't nobody never seen this happen. Because I ain't no medical doctor. But if you cut a man's wrist off, you're gonna hit that little artery that will cause you to die. So you ain't gonna draw back a nub. You are gonna die right there. And guess what? If you get slapped and you kill somebody for slapping you, you're going to jail. That's not self-defense. You can't cut off somebody's limb for slapping you. And it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy how we will sit there and try to act like this is what happens in the street. It's like, dude, what street you from? Everybody talking this game about, oh, what happened to the last man that hit me? Yeah, he's standing over there, nothing. And it's crazy. So, dude, doubling down on all this, he done called me all kind of names. I'm stating my expertise. There's another lady who work in the court system. She's stating her expertise. So then he going on me because now I work for the white man. Oh, I bet you go around locking up plenty. I bet you locked up a lot of innocent black people. I'm willing to bet. Okay, well, let's bet. Let's bet $1,000 for every arrest I made. For all of them that was innocent, I'll pay you. For all of them that weren't innocent, you pay me since he's a professor. Mo, you would like this. I should have tagged you. But he can't even spell professor. I was like, you're a professor, according to you. And you don't know how to spell professor. Your spell check don't work. You don't have no students who can grade your paper. So, of course, I got petty with him. And it was just so interesting to me how he wouldn't back off his situation, but he kept trying to change it. He did what you alluded to. Oh, I know people who done got killed for this. I know people who went in jail for emotional outbursts. I said, yeah, but that ain't what this whole post is about. This whole post is about the proper response to a slap. So let's stick with the slap. Who do you know that lost a limb from slapping somebody? That's all we're talking about. From your East LA days, from your New York City days, and from your teachings at this historically Caucasian university that you refuse to name, where they won't teach you how to spell professor. Because I kept being petty and kept spelling professor like he did. And now I'm a Sambo, now I'm this. Why am I this? Oh, because you doing the white man's bidding. I said, but you teaching somewhere, and you teaching Columbus Day. You teaching the white man's history. If we're gonna sit back and talk about who's right and who's wrong, and it's crazy that we'll do this, as opposed to saying, you know what, you're right. Ain't nobody never went to jail for this. I just think that this what should have happened. Right? You can think what you think. When you saw the slap, Mo, what did you think should have happened?
Oh man, that's well, nothing's gonna happen. I mean, you listen, if it depends. So Chris Rock options, and he chose at that point. He chose, look, I'm gonna be the bigger man. I'm not gonna do anything in this moment, and I'll deal with it another time. And that's okay. You know what I mean? I didn't have any problem with that. Because at the moment, I mean, I had time to think about it. And first of all, I'm talking about this like it wasn't me. If it was me, I might have just reflectively done something. You know what I mean? But that's just my reflex. But if I would have thought about it, I probably would have just been like, man, you got him in trouble with the program, with the law. He would have got fined, all kind of different things. But I don't want to jeopardize my livelihood over a slap. You know what I mean? It's not worth it.
And I don't know if you've ever been slapped before, but I was telling people, I was like, what do you do? I was gonna just say it. For those of y'all who never been slapped, because I've been slapped before. The first time you get slapped, for most people, you can't do nothing because you ain't never been slapped before, and you ask yourself 3, 4 times, damn, did I just get slapped? Because unless you're in condition red and you ain't prepared for the slap, you're in no position to respond. And in Chris Rock's defense, he was probably in entertainment mode. He wasn't prepared to get slapped. Now, if me and Mo beefing and we yelling at each other, he prepared to get hit. So he already has a response. His reflexes are prepared for something. But if we sitting there and we just talking and we chilling, drinking ginger ale and in the middle of the shop, like, yo, what's up, Mo? And I reach over and slapping, I'm willing to bet that 9 times he can't do nothing because he ain't prepared to fight at that moment. He wasn't even in that move set. So now he got to get his mind right. He like, damn, did DVP just slap me? Why he just slapped me? You know, because I hear about, so I would have did this. No, you can't do it.
You have to do it in the password section.
You gotta already be in that mindset, which is why if somebody breaking your house in the middle of the night, most people can't respond quickly because you're in condition white. You gotta become alert, accept the fact that the alarm is going off, then be prepared. Most people don't prepare for the alarm to go off where they know to grab the gun and go through this. They gotta wake up first, clear their eyes. Damn, is that alarm? Is that my phone? Is that? So, you know, but it's like, stop saying what y'all would did. It happened. And again, I ain't promoting violence, but sometimes violence is the answer. I ain't promoting violence, but sometimes violence is the answer. So when we get to it, did you see the special yet, Mo?
Which one?
The Netflix special that Chris Rock just did?
Yeah, I saw it. I just saw it.
Unfortunately, you know, me and Trina was beefing, so she made me watch it. The punishment. I could have did something better with my hour. I could have spent that whole hour being constipated, and that would have been funnier to me. But I'm looking at all these people and everything they saying, and first of all, I just want to say, if somebody slapped me, a comedy special is not an appropriate response. And all these people are like, yeah, he had the last word. No. A joke to a slap is not the last word. I don't want friends like that. This is karma. This is where you got shitty friends who telling you, yeah, man, the way to get back somebody who slapped you is to do a special about them. No.
No, that's ridiculous, man.
So I'm watching the show. I tried, you know, Trina blinked. When she blinked, I ran out and act like I was cleaning up so I wouldn't have to watch it. But then, you know, it's supposed to be the last 5 to 10 minutes that was the good show. But unfortunately, I sat through like the first 20 minutes of it. And this is where I'm appalled, and we're gonna go through this in phases. I didn't get the jokes. I don't like him as a comedian. I just don't. But you know, cause he's not witty, he's not sarcastic, and in my word, he ain't funny. I laugh more at shit Trina said than what Chris Rock said. But I'm trying to get through it. I already told you how I feel about the N-word, especially publicly. It just ain't gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. So he using the N-word repeatedly. Trina was like, you can't get into it. I said, yeah, I just can't get past that word because everything is the N-word. And he's not speaking generically. He's speaking about people of color, which to me is derogatory. So I can't get jiggy with it. But then I'm listening and he going to this diatribe about abortions. I'm pro-choice, but I don't care if you're pro-choice or pro-life. That's your own personal thing. But then he sit back and brag about all the abortions that he's paid for. And I'm just thinking, how is this funny? How is this funny? You sitting back, man, I done paid for a bunch of abortions. When did that become a bragging right? When did we start bragging about paying for abortions?
Well, look, and then, you know, the thing that's missing, I could never see that as a joke because somebody got left with some emotional damage. You know, there's a woman involved here somewhere. You know what I mean? It wasn't his abortion. It was a woman involved. She had to get the abortion. So, you know, that could be emotional damage, you know? So I don't see how that joke is funny either. You know, I wouldn't be laughing at that myself, but you know, that's just me. You know, I mean, that's just me.
And I'm listening, and because to me, again, it's a dig at women. You're mutilating their bodies, and you're proud of it. And then you talk about the fact that you got 2 daughters, and how proud you are of them. But what about all the daughters you aborted? Because to you, and people like, oh, y'all missed. That's okay. Explain it to me. Explain to me what was the point of saying he's paid for all these abortions? Where was the comedy value in it? I'm just trying to get it, and so I'm lost. And he said something else, and I'm just lost because now I'm just like, man, I can't get this. And understand, when it happened the first time, I did some research. Because I didn't talk about when it first came out, because I wanted to do my research, because there was a lot of things going on. Whose wife cheated with a gay guy? Internet. There's a lot of things going on, and all of us are reacting to something. So, I look at the history. The beef supposedly came when Jada asked, when she asked black people to boycott the Oscars because of the movie Concussion. Okay, that's her right. That's her man. That's her way of standing up for her man, because she thought he was slighted. To me, that's a whole nother fight. Hell, Halle Berry won a movie for being a porn star in a movie. She didn't win it for Dorothy Dandridge. Who is the artist? What guy is gay? So why do we even promote the fact that Halle Berry won a Grammy for "Make Me Feel Like a Woman"? Make me feel like a what was so. They gave her an award for one of the trashiest roles ever for a black woman. I'm not getting it. So anyway, Chris Rock was hosting that one. Jada said that he should host it. He should boycott it with the rest of them. He made his joke. Y'all wasn't invited, like I wasn't invited to Rihanna's panties. And funny joke, because you wasn't invited, she wasn't invited. So what's the recurring beef between the two of them? What's the recurring beef? So, who knows? If she cheated with a guy, is he gay, Antoinette? Just saying, he's bisexual. If he gay, he can't do women. But that's neither here nor there. Everybody get to do what they want to do. Everybody get to do what they want to do. And if that's their lifestyle, that they're open, that they share, then if it don't bother Will, who she slept with, why should it bother anybody else? Because if she slept with a gay guy, how long you been married, Mo?
Almost 30 years now.
How long Will and Jada been married?
Sure, at least 20-something years.
They've been married 20 years. So her sleep with a gay guy ain't hurt their relationship. Chris Rock is divorced, so he can't speak on it. I'm newly married. Third time. I can't speak on it. But if people are doing things that regular people don't like, but they don't have a sustained marriage, then who are they to speak on it? All you can say is it couldn't be me. And clearly, we ain't got 20, 30 years in, so clearly it ain't us. Because everything ain't divorceable. But if they agree to share, then what difference does it make if he was gay, black, white, Puerto Rican, whatever? So we back to the pre-slap. Chris made the joke about her. He talked about her alopecia. He talked about G.I. Jane. Now, the Oscars have already said that Chris went off script. This wasn't what was on the teleprompter. So Chris made this personal. And even if he didn't make it personal, which he did, factually speaking, remember now, this is the same guy, Chris Rock. This is the same guy who sat in a room with white people calling us niggas. Chris is entertaining this, and Seinfeld was upset. So when cancel culture hits, this is how we become sheep, in my opinion. Chris Rock like calling us nigga in front of white people. He like hanging around white people who call us nigga. And it takes another white man to be disappointed by this. And I talked about this last time. Violence ain't the answer. But why was it a white man who jumped on Zimmerman? All these black dudes who out there looking for him, Zimmerman walking around Florida like he owned the place, talking about what he did, talking about how he gonna sue the family, and all these Crips, Bloods, gangbangers who gonna do something as soon as they see him, but ain't hiding. But he went to a bar and was talking out the side of his mouth, and a white man punched him. Guess who else is in this bar that he got punched? Black men. They ain't saying nothing. They ain't saying nothing. So here we got Chris Rock. Like him or whatever. He's misogynistic. He definitely don't care about his people. And I see people taking his side. Do what you want to. Just make it make sense to me. How can a man who is degrading us, who is degrading our women, how can you be on his side when he gets slapped because somebody had enough of it? Again, violence ain't the answer. I'm not promoting violence, but sometimes violence is the answer. So if he came out last year, maybe he just turned gay last year. And so now I'm still not understanding your point about him being gay. She didn't sleep with the guy last year, and if he just came out as gay last year, maybe he wasn't gay when they cheated. This is how we reach for stuff, but stuff is right in our face. Stuff is right in our face. Chris Rock been doing this for a minute. Chris Rock has been doing this for a minute where he is degrading us. So why are we on team Chris Rock at all if he is degrading people who look like him? How do we even get to his side? How has he not been canceled? You know how he ain't been canceled? Because he ain't upset the white people. The white people ain't told us to be mad, so we're not going to be mad. And I'm confused. Well, Will didn't have to do it. Correct. Will didn't have to do it, but he did. You can't tell me that any woman, any, and I'm gonna use the open phrase. Any woman that is protected by her man, even if she don't like the way he protected him, don't feel a sense of pride in knowing the fact that her man will protect her. One of my friends called me, and he was telling me a story about when him and his wife went out to eat. One of his wife co-workers.
That would be more of a defending, not protecting in that situation.
Same thing.
Not really.
So they were out eating, and a guy came up who works for his wife and be like, "Look at you, bitch, you looking all pretty, but you still ain't all that." And the guy looked at his wife. She smiled. "Look at you, bitch, you looking all..." And I'm hearing the background somewhere. And but he stood up and he said, "Hey man, I don't know what you and her got going on, but you can't call her bitch in front of me. This is not what's gonna happen." And you know, he looked at his wife. Wife wasn't offended. He said it don't matter. I ain't gonna let nobody say that in front of me to my wife. If that's what they do when they at work, that's on them. But you can't do that in front of me. His wife understood, and she said it wasn't a big deal, but she still accepted the fact that he stood up for her because they want to be stood up for. They don't have to like what we do, and we don't need their approval. But sometimes it is the right thing to do. So, what's the word you use?
Defend.
Defend, protect. Protect, defend. I think they're synonymous, but
if you protect, you're definitely defending. But if you defend, you're not always protecting.
If we're defending this goal, we're protecting it. So, even with the entanglement, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, man, you know,
How do I dismiss you?
just one of the things that I just want to add to this discussion
But I'm not arguing with you.
One of the things I just want to add to the discussion is
okay.
it depends on the
I disagree
you know,
that
the environment that you're in.
But one
if you're in an environment where let's say I'm in an environment where there's just white folks, I'm okay using the N-word, but I won't use it in that environment. If I'm in a group with all black folks, I'll use it in that environment. I'm okay with it. But you know, your environment is important, man. You can't, like you said, you know, if you out with your wife and somebody come up to her and call her the B word, I don't care if it's a friend or not, you know, you probably gonna speak up.
Right. And we got this going, like I say, and he's already off script. And we saw the slap. And after the slap, Will Smith made one simple statement: "Keep my wife's name out your mouth." That's all he said. Right? Everybody remember that. Then we had the show last night, or whenever it was. he sat back and said, who all called Will Smith a bitch? Charlemagne, so-and-so, so-and-so. But he never did it. Robert Williams, if it's a comedy show, then something should be comedic about it. See, you can't hide behind one something and use that as a guise. Tell me what joke was funny in that comedy show. Tell me what joke was funny in that comedy show. And it wasn't a comedy show. He was the MC. See, we keep wanting to change the narrative. He was the MC for the Oscars. It was not a comedy show. So we say this, and we take away from the fact of what it was. But it was not Will Smith, I'm sorry, it was not Chris Rock doing stand-up. Chris Rock was the host of a show. But we don't want to say that. So, and
yeah,
how do we make Will be handpicked? See, everybody's saying something. I watched it several times. Jada ain't looked at Will. Jada ain't gave Will the head nod. Jada ain't did nothing, but everybody's saying what she did, and we blame this entanglement on something. Let's speak factually, not how we feel right now. Let's speak factually. Will and Jada had the entanglement. Will said he told Jada he was done. Will said this. So I don't know how we missing this. Will said he told Jada they were done, to move out, to move on. So technically there wasn't even entanglement, because in Will's mind, they wasn't on a break. It was over. But we keep hanging on to this. But even without that, they had already said that they were in an open relationship. But we don't want to hear that. Yes. We don't want to hear that. We keep trying to put their values on us. We keep trying to put their, but the facts are there. Oh, Will Smith, you could see the hurt in his eyes on the thing. You could, because Will Smith know that he sent his wife to the arms of another man. It wasn't like he didn't know what the show was gonna be about. It ain't like I did with Momo. Didn't know what my topics were gonna be. No, I'm good. But we making up all these things. Oh, it was the entanglement. It was this. It was this. Wasn't nobody bothered about entanglement but us. Yeah. And Chris Rock, because he didn't get picked. But everybody's defending this. And again, Mo, in Will Smith's 303,000-year career, what has he ever done wrong?
Man, he was the golden boy. You talk about, man, he got a seat up front at the Oscars. He's a golden boy.
So he made one mistake, and then everybody want to say he's something else. He made one public mistake. One. And everybody's saying, now he handpicked, now he this. Make it make sense to me.
In a 30-year career. Make
it make sense to me.
In fact, look at that was a self-fulfilling prophecy, man. We would have never had that information if they would have never brought it out to the public. Nobody would have had it.
Right. And this is what this all Red Table Talk is. If you watch Red Table Talk, they talk about things that they've been through. They have open and honest conversations that most people don't want to have. Jada said something about sex. Everybody took it and ran with it and said she was unhappy with sex with Will, which is what she never said. She never said it. I watched it. As much as I didn't want to watch Red Table Talk, I had to watch it to see what y'all was re-quoting incorrectly. If you're going to quote somebody, Mo, you're a scholar. If you're going to quote somebody, you're supposed to put an air quote, but you're supposed to put what they said. You ain't supposed to paraphrase what they said to your meaning.
Absolutely.
If I say on this show live, and I do not like Mo, you can't go back and say DVP said he don't like black people. That ain't nothing like what I said. I said Mo. How y'all getting this other stuff? What's up, Chloe? And we make up stuff to try to fit a narrative, because if you don't want to like DVP, that's fine, but don't lie on it. If you don't want to like Will Smith, don't lie and say he did something. And Will Smith was a comic, but Chris Rock, what was his last comic thing? He did the one where he dropped the mic. How long ago was that when he dropped the mic? How long ago was that? Most of y'all ain't seen his comedy show. Most of y'all ain't seen it. So, you know, everybody's saying, and I get that some of y'all ain't gonna defend nobody. Oh, words don't hurt nobody, according to y'all. But again, if we start talking about the streets, most fights in the street happen over words. It ain't cause nobody touch somebody. It's cause somebody said the wrong thing. You say the wrong, your mama joke to the wrong person. Oh, there's a fight. Many a school bus fighting have been over your mama joke.
See, the
Many.
problem is, the problem is DVP. It's not just the words; it's the words mixed with emotional damage. A lot of us walk around here with emotional damage, man, and all we need is the right trigger, and it's gonna hurt, and we're gonna react.
And guess what a great trigger is? Send somebody you love hurt. See, most of y'all who parents, when your kid come home crying because somebody did something, you don't sit there and formulate a plan and say, well, don't worry about it, darling. Words will never hurt you. You just go ahead and get those tears out and things will be okay. No, mama start getting dressed. They put their sneakers on. They pop their fingernails off because they finna go regulate some shit over words. When I did the show and we talked about that simple 3-letter word boy. Ooh, goodness gracious. Some of y'all were provoked. Y'all were triggered then. Oh, call me boy. What you gonna do if I call you boy? Since technically speaking, you are a boy, because boy, by the definition, means male child. But you mad if I call you boy. Oh, and don't let somebody white call you boy. Them fighting words. I said it. I wanted to fight when a white boy called me boy, till I saw him call everybody else boy. Then I had to understand it's just how he talk. Oh, boy is disrespectful, but it's a word. So what word is it that causes you to fight? Mo, have you seen people at your job get into it because of, oh, you think you're a supervisor? You ain't gonna keep talking to me like that. It's words. It's words.
Listen, I can tell you right now, some of those supervisors at work, I worked in the corporate environment, and they say stuff to you that if they said it on the street, there'll be some swinging going on. So, you gotta just be able to handle that, manage that.
Exactly. But why would there be swinging on the street, Mo, if it's still just words?
Because
and what's the difference? It should be the same, right?
It should be, but people feel different outside of work. You got something to lose at work. When you're on the street, people don't think about what they have to lose. They're just like, look, I gotta protect my emotions, who I am, and so that's just the way I see it.
You can't say emotions because we're not emotional creatures now. We're logical.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But here we are, and I'm looking at this, and I'm looking at people who are jumping on Will when Will ain't done nothing wrong since he came on the scene in Fresh Prince. And everybody's saying, oh, he this, he that. And I ain't gonna get deep into different sexual lifestyle, but because something ain't for you, don't mean it don't work for other people. Because clearly, with porn being a $1 billion industry, being swingers is one of the things that most people don't know about, but there's a good chance that somebody in your circle is a swinger. They just don't tell you about it because you can't handle the mental concept. Because as soon as you hear somebody say they swingers, the insecure people are, oh, ain't no real man gonna never share his wife. Again, say what you won't do. Oh, ain't no real woman gonna let her man. Say what you won't do. You can't say what somebody else will do. You can't say what makes somebody. Mo just said he has no problem with the N word. DVP says he has a huge problem. Which one of us is right? Both of us are right. Both of us are, because it's our life. I can't tell Mo what worked for him. Mo can't tell me what works for me. So, but we can't sit back and impose. We can't sit back and create false narratives. We can't do that. But Will ain't done nothing wrong. Will got the best movies. Will got the best songs. And if you judge Chris Rock's comedy, Will got the best comedy. Fresh Prince, which wasn't even a comedy show, was better than all of Chris Rock's show. But why would people want to be team Chris Rock? Ladies, tell me why you want to be team Chris Rock. He said he don't care nothing about your bodies. He paying for abortions left and right. He paying for abortions left and right. Who do abortions affect? Who do abortions affect? Ain't no man had no connection with a baby he never met. I'ma speak again for the majority of men. We never had an emotional attachment when our woman, girlfriend, whoever got pregnant. She got an emotional attachment because that's something inside of her body. Chris Rock, oh yeah, I played for plenty of abortions. Wow. So you just go around impregnating people. And you know what Mo said at the beginning? We was already on Nick Cannon for getting people pregnant. And he's seeing these pregnancies through. Nick Cannon ain't never said how many people he paid to have abortions for whatever reason, because I don't see where that's a braggadocio type of thing or something to take as a pat on the back. And I'm confused when I see ladies defending a man who doesn't care about harming your body. He ain't no different than a drug dealer. He paying for these abortions, and he got 2 daughters. He using the bitch word like it ain't nothing. I watched it. He said everybody who called Will Smith a bitch, but then he turned around and kept calling Jada a bitch. He never said anything bad about Will Smith. The most you can get him saying about Will Smith is that he watched Emancipation over and over again because he was getting whooped like a slave. Because he can't do nothing. Oh, Will Smith bigger than me. Will Smith 6'2", Chris Rock 5'10". Both of them were skinny back in the day. Pookie and the Fresh Prince were the same size. Will just had a height difference. 25 years later, Will still got a height difference. Will ain't no big dude. He's just tall. And Chris Rock came up with every excuse, but he didn't blame, he ain't said nothing. Did anybody hear him say, Will was wrong for slapping me? But he talked a lot of shit about Jada. Because what did I tell y'all before? Let me take my glasses. I wish I had my liquor with me. What did I tell y'all before? What do dudes like to do? When they meet with somebody who they afraid of, they gonna pick on the woman. Because Jada ain't said nothing still. What did Jada say after the show? Nothing. What has Jada said since? Nothing. So how do you pick on Jada? But you won't call Will a bitch. Karma says Will gonna slap you again because he gave you one last order when he left. What did he say, Mo? Because I know you saw. What was the last thing Will Smith said about Chris?
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
And then you did a show and called Jada a bitch. You don't think, because all y'all from the street now, you don't think that another something coming. He done gave the man. What did the street say? You're supposed to let somebody know. Will Smith did everything he was supposed to do. He said, keep my wife's name out your mouth. You can talk about me, but you're not going to talk about my wife. You're not. You're right. That's right, Mo. He said, keep you out your fucking mouth.
Yeah.
But you bad. You bad. But you ain't say nothing about Will Smith because you're scared. You're a punk. And everybody who's sitting there talking about it was a comedy show, it wasn't. This last Netflix thing was supposed to be a comedy show, but I don't know what comedy y'all got out of that. Between niggas and bitches and his joke about OJ from 45 years ago, his joke about Bruce Jenner from 45 years ago. What did he say that was funny? I'm still waiting on somebody. Trent, you laughed at something he said. You remember what it was? Trent started washing dishes. I started taking out the trash. That's how entertaining the show was. Mo, you say you watched it. Do you remember a joke? Chloe, do you remember a joke?
No, man, listen. I look at I don't think Chris Rock is that funny either. Maybe we just got the same taste. I don't think he's that funny. I think Eddie Murphy was funny. You know what I mean? So
Eddie Murphy was
that's
funny.
my style. Yeah, that's my style.
Richard Pryor was funny. And what did Richard Pryor come back and say? He said, I will no longer use the N-word. I've been to Africa. I will not use it anymore. Because the N-word ain't funny. That was in the 70s and the 80s when you could use it like that. It ain't that funny. But you,
in the 90s,
Chris Rock, don't have a problem using it. See, damn, Chloe, you on it. Chloe, you the research. So Chris Rock did the show in Jada's hometown. Damn, and released it. See, and this is where you gotta hate Chris even more. He released a show talking bad and negative about women during the Women's Month. Ain't made Women's Month. I mean, not made March. Ain't March Women's Month. So he did a show shaming women. I mean, but damn, y'all still defending him. I'm confused. Please make it make sense. What you got, Mo?
No, this is what I think is happening is this is how you blur the lines because like I said, I worked in corporate, man. And in corporate, what they like to do is who's from the street or who will tolerate whatever, but they just talk to you like however they want. I mean, there was a few close calls for me, you know what I mean? Because I came from the gutter, came from the street, and I'm in corporate now. And they think they you could just talk to people however you want. A couple people almost got it, man, and I'm just glad I didn't go that direction. But you know what I mean? You just gotta be careful.
And you, where you say you from again, Mo? You from the streets?
Massachusetts.
You from the streets? But I'm saying you say you from the streets, so you understand how the street work.
Yeah, gutter, man, gutter.
Yeah. So you know we want to talk about street justice, and some of y'all want to talk about comedic interpretations. And yeah, when you are somebody, the rules ain't never changed. You can be picked on as a star. Ain't nobody finna never argue that. If Chris would have directed his comedy at Will Smith and some of Will Smith's bad movies, that's fair game. That is fair game for all these comedians who go on TV. For every comedian who has said anything about Dwayne Wade, Gabrielle Union, or their child, I guarantee you, ain't nan one of them sitting in the front row at no Miami Heat game. I guarantee they ain't sitting.
On mute.
I guarantee you, they not sitting in the most expensive seats at a Miami Heat game. And they ain't gonna make that statement in front of Dwayne Wade. Cause it ain't funny. This may be true, but what's funny about it? Oh, he gotta take it. Okay. Chris Rock say whatever he want to. See, that was the time to talk about Jada when he on the air, not in front of Will Smith's face. See, me and Mo, we relatively cool. We ain't never met face to face, but me and Mo could go out and have a drink. We could have a drink or two. Now, I have said things about Mo's wife, jokingly, but all fun, about how we would get in trouble for doing things without our wife approval. But Mo ain't finna sit here and just let me start talking about his wife in a negative manner and stay on this show. Cause see, he gonna just click off. He may decide to say something smart back, but he gonna click off. But if I'm in Mo's house up there visiting and I start talking trash about his wife, I guarantee you, I don't believe that Mo is gonna be the bigger person and say, you know what, Mr. DVP, I don't think this is going well. I think you need to leave my domicile. I just don't believe that. I don't believe he got that in him.
I got control like that. I got control like that, brother. I got it.
I'm gonna take your word for it. I don't believe you. And right, when see, here again, some of y'all was on Team Kanye. But then didn't Chris take a dig at the Kardashians talking about they'll marry crazy niggas? You don't think he was talking about Kanye? So Chris digging at black people. He digging. And this is what y'all cool about. This is what y'all cool about. So when shit happened to him, this is karma. See, I wanted to give Chris credit for being smart. He turned the slap. He parlayed that into money. He got Netflix to pay him for this crazy ass special. He got paid. No matter who shows up. Oh, that was good business thing. No, good business would have been taking that slap, taking off work, going to see a therapist, and making Will Smith pay for it. Then you got the last laugh. Because now Will Smith done slapped you and you got $20 million of his money. Because he slapped you in front of people. He disgraced you. He shamed you. You scared to show. You don't want to show your face in public no more because everybody talking about it. See, now, when Mo slapped me and Mo got to pay me $20 million, oh, I'm taking that slap every day. But somebody else paying me, I still ain't getting back at Mo. But the best way to get back at Mo is to hurt him financially. That's why when you do certain stuff to people, they don't say nothing. They just going to call their attorney. Yo, you ain't gonna never believe what this dude did. See, like Mo said at the business place, it's certain things that your employer can and can't say to you. When they say the right things, you make your report with HR. You're going to start calling in sick because you finna sue them. You finna sue them for sexual harassment, whatever it is they did. See, you get back at the source. Quitting your job and going somewhere else and making more money don't hurt your employer. I never did like this job. I'm quitting. I'm gonna go somewhere else. I'm gonna make twice the money. Okay. How did that hurt your employer? It didn't. You know what hurt your employer? When you sue them. When you sue them, that's where it hurt them. But I'm watching all these people jump on the Chris Rock bandwagon for things that didn't occur. Oh, the entanglement. Who created this entanglement word? Jada did during the interview. So y'all using her own word. Oh, you saw how sad Chris was looking? I mean, Will was looking. You're right, he was sad because he reliving it. He reliving his mistakes over and over. But guess what? You didn't hear him talking about divorcing. You didn't hear him talk about nothing else. They went through that struggle together. They shared it publicly.
It's a bad marriage for life.
And then he came up with the hashtag bad marriage for life. See, that's overcoming bad marriage, because you know that was a click on Bad Boys for those y'all who didn't get it. But see, that's taking it and flipping the script, because he gonna stay in that bad marriage for life no matter how y'all feel. And it just shows me, as me and Mo talking, he got dibs on me. But as I talk to other people who've been married for more than 6-7 months, they've had times when shit went wrong and they should have walked away, but they chose to stay. Cause every little,
oh my gosh,
every little negative thing ain't worth leaving for. Even if other people would leave for that same thing, they ain't you, you ain't them. So what are we talking about? Right, Ginger. Will said he wanted Jada, he went for it. And then they figured out what worked for them, and that's what they do. Will and Jada don't care what we think. You gonna say something, Mo?
Oh man, I was just thinking, with that whole thing, um, I don't know who I just when I see it on TV, I know who Jada is, but what would have even been more powerful than what Will did is if she would have just stood up for herself and said, "Listen, I have a I have a serious disease. I don't appreciate you talking about me like that." Man, you know what that would have shut the show down, man. You know what I'm saying? That would have kept all of this stuff from happening, a lot of this stuff from happening, and Chris would have had the answer to that.
Right. And in hindsight, we can all say that. But let me ask you a question, Mo, as a married man. If you see something and somebody upsetting your wife, what are the chances you gonna let her handle it if it's in front of you?
Oh,
even though you know she's strong, even though you know she's strong enough to do it, but if you feel it, if you see a look in her eye that says she ain't unhappy, are you gonna wait and say, baby, go on and stand up for yourself? Especially, let me qualify this. Especially if you see the disrespect coming from a man, are you gonna expect your wife to stand up to a man
Oh
if
no,
you're
it's not
there?
an expectation. It's not an expectation. I just know what's gonna happen. What's gonna happen is she is gonna stand up for herself, and then after that, that's when I come in. You know what I mean? She's gonna say something, and then depending on which direction it go from there, I gotta join the party. It's fun time.
And I'm gonna go for that, cause see, I was doing, it wasn't this show, but I was doing another. I mean, I told y'all this before. I was doing a show, and a guy was disrespectful to Trina. And it's funny, everybody saw my face except for me. But Trina saw it, and Trina jumped in, and Trina fixed it. But she had like 0.0016 seconds to get in before I went in on my tirade, because I was finna just unleash hell. But she jumped in there as a and she probably wouldn't have said nothing. She wouldn't have started looking at my face, because it didn't bother her like it bothered me. And people understand that's not the point. When you feel like somebody's attacking something that you are protecting, defending, you gonna do something. Especially real men. Real men don't wait for their woman to see how strong she is, especially when it comes to another man. See, when Trina on her page and her and another woman going at it, guess what I do? Nothing. It's another woman. But as soon as a dude say something disrespectful in the conversation I'm involved in, I go straight to the dude. Because Trina ain't got no business fighting with me. And it's cute. Some of them will try to ignore me and go right back to her because they want to pick on the weaker sex. But I don't let it go. Because I let them know. I know you see me tagging you. I know you see my little memes. I know you see me calling out your name. Don't keep going to her. Oh, and it's funny. They'll be like, you need to get your husband. She can't get me. And disrespectfully, I use the N-word. Hell, I want to say we was on Facebook when I threatened one dude. If Trina catch a cold, I will find you and whoop your ass. You better hope she don't get sick now time. Because he told me I need to make her watch her mouth or something. She don't know what she... Well, who are you talking to? Who you talking about? Hold on, which Trina you talking about? You talking about Trina with Trick Daddy, right? You can't be... Oh, I'll do... You'll do what? You'll do what? Let her break a nail tonight. I will come find you. Let her break a nail. If anything happened to her, you gonna pay a price. But it called me so quick, leaving apology messages. He inboxed. No, player, that ain't how. You can't apologize for this now. You trying to look good for the book. But then you inboxing me, you leaving me voice messages apologizing, trying to do business with me. You gonna overpay me now because you was disrespectful. Oh yeah, we know you was disrespectful. I've been told where you could meet me, and I'm gonna stand firm by this. Lots of women, some men like women who are strong enough to take care of themselves. See, we don't mind that. It don't mean we expect that in our presence. When we ain't around, we expect them to take care of we expect them to handle business. But when we're around, go ahead.
Oh no, I just wanted to add this, man. What that scenario you was talking about is basically criticize in public, apologize in public. That's the way it works.
Right.
Don't come apologizing in private. They don't work like that.
But and we're gonna move on to something else. But yeah, I watched it. And I was disgusted by what I could get through. And I think Chloe, somebody else pointed out, in 1 hour he said nigga over 100 times. What in the hell? And we're gonna end with this. These are gonna be the last little comments. At the end of his diatribe, his pointless ramblings, he said the reason that he didn't do nothing because his mama told him not to fight in front of white people. So your mama, who I now want to meet, because your mama told you it's okay to say bitch. Your mama told you it's okay to say nigga in front of white people. And Mo say he from the streets. I'm from the streets. I believe in my heart of hearts, if me or Mo were to go home at 10, 11, 12, 13 and we crying because we got beat up, our mama, they didn't know no better then. We know better than this ain't the right way to do shit, even though we're going to still do it. Our mama would have told us to wipe our eyes. She would have turned our little black ass around and made us go back outside and do something. Yes, she ain't going to be like, oh, baby, it's okay. Mo, has your mama ever told you, it's okay, baby, you're going to lose a fight from time to time. Just accept losses.
Hell no.
Your mama ever told you and shit like that? No. And I'm like, you, after all this shit talking, go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, man, the environment I grew up in, man, that don't work. You talking about? You gotta go back out and handle your business, man. Because guess what?
Yeah.
If you don't do it, they're gonna see you tomorrow, the next day, at lunchtime at school. They're gonna catch you, man. So listen, let's handle this.
So now you bring your mama into this. You've been saying bitch the whole show. You've been talking about abortion the whole show. Now you listen to what your mama told you. So your mama said it's okay to say nigga in front of a group of white people. Your mama told you it's okay to say nigga in public. Your mama told you it's okay to call women bitches. Because Mo ain't got no kid. But and I'm gonna say this for the majority of men, because I interviewed some. The minute we get married, we have a whole different perspective on women. When we have daughters, the bitch word don't come out of our mouth no more publicly. It don't come out because we got daughters now. We can't be so willy-nilly with the word, even if we use it in a jovial manner. You see men with daughters using bitch a whole lot less. On TV with this.
For the ones who value their daughters.
Yeah, that's something with value. Because, this is what, and then I'm watching women defend him. He just said he don't give 3 shits about y'all. He just said this. Oh, he was joking about paying for abortions. How do you know this? See, we will create our own narrative to support our illogical thoughts. Antoinette said, after this, she ain't a Will Smith fan no more. How can you not be a fan? Whether you like what he did or not, how can you not be a fan of a man that will defend / protect whatever his wife, his family? How can you not like that? Whether you like the way he did it, how can you not like that? It was the emotional response. See, we are emotional. So given the chance to respond emotionally when we see somebody who we claim to love being hurt by somebody else, we don't engage in diplomatic conversations. See, let me just point it out in context to y'all. I know some of y'all don't remember the debate between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. But remember when Donald Trump said something about Joe Biden's dead son, Bo? Now, black people, y'all know good and well. What's the one something that we don't talk about, Mo? we don't talk shit about. We
Talk
don't
about
talk shit about people's
somebody
dead
died.
kids. We don't talk shit
Not
about
at
dead
all.
kids. That want to, oh, it's just words. Oh, he dead. Can't hurt him. Because your dead son can't be offended. But talk about somebody's dead offspring and see what happened. See what happened. Oh man, you popping the tops on cans of whoop ass. Because words matter. As much as we like to tell this lie, oh, it's just comedy. Oh, it's just this. You can't let people do this. At some point, you can't let people get away with being reckless and disrespectful. I don't promote violence, but sometimes it's the right answer. What's up, Dougie Fresh? Sometimes it's the right answer. Doug, you got daughters. How often do you use the word bitch in regular casual conversation? It just don't come up. I watch Mo. I watch the way, and I know his wife. I watch the way they interact. Mo don't go around using that word. Now again, let's not act like we saints. Let's not act like we saints. I ain't saying it don't cross our mind. I ain't saying we don't say it. But we say it silently. And if it's a sexual thing, we say it only in the bedroom. But you ain't gonna hear us publicly saying it. We can see a group of women doing something wrong. I guarantee you, I'm willing to bet dimes of dollars that you ain't gonna never hear Mo publicly say, if he watching a video full of women doing the dumbest shit ever, say, man, these bitches crazy. I'm willing to bet you ain't gonna hear Mo say it. You ain't gonna hear DVP say it. Not out loud. I might say it to Trina when we watching, but not in front of everybody, because it ain't gonna come out. It will never be said, oh, look at him. He's so disrespectful to women. Publicly, hell to the Nizam. But y'all still defending Chris Rock for some punk shit. After all this, after Will Smith slapped him in front of everybody, his mama, his wife, his daughter, kids, everybody seen it. The best he could do was call Jada a bitch. That's some real punk shit. That's some real punk shit. Now, before you come at me with craziness, do your research. Read the stuff. Look and see if the alopecia or the G.I. Jane joke was ever a part of the show. It will tell you Chris did that on his own. So he went after them. He went after them. This wouldn't happen, Stan. See, it ain't like when you go to a comedy show and you late and the comedian pick on you. That ain't part of his script. Because you late and you walk across, he gonna pick on you. But he don't know you either. They wasn't late. They weren't walking across. They were sitting there. He chose to go off script because Chris got some jealousy issues. Chris got some why you ain't pick me issues. And I'm just trying to figure out, how did Chris miss being canceled? He don't like us. He don't like our women. And he disrespectful. Now, if you ever wanted to see what the Chloe, what'd you say? If there was a minstrel show, we saw a minstrel show when we watched that Netflix thing. We saw a minstrel show. All right, so you got anything more? Because I'm gonna move on to something else now.
Nah, man, it's just interesting, man. I think most comedians know when they cross the line. It's up to them to really pay attention and care about that, though. When you're insulting somebody, you can't. I've seen the same thing when I worked in corporate America. People hide behind, they hide behind jokes, or they hide behind, different feelings. But look, at the reality is, you just insulted somebody, and if you was on the street, you get your ASS whooped. You know what I mean? So you just got to be careful, man. You shouldn't live your life like that and hide behind, those kind of nuances.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say this: if he was gonna joke about the G.I. Jane movie and being bald, why he didn't pick the black chick who was bald who did the Wakanda movie? If we gonna talk about it just being jokes, she was a warrior. She was just in a movie. Jade ain't been in a movie since me and Mo had hair. So why not use something more relevant if you're trying to make a point? And Robert, I'm gonna disagree with you in totality. There is no A man ain't handpicked when he's picked by a woman to be her defender and protector and head of household. He is handpicked because I'm looking at it, most men won't answer the call. Lots of men that look like y'all gonna tell y'all woman just to man up. It's just words, baby. It's just words. It ain't just words. It's intentional disrespect, and there's a price to pay for that, especially in the street. But Will ain't never said he was a thug or about that life. Never. Remember the last time Will played a hard dude in a movie? Anybody? Anybody remember Will playing a hard dude?
Ali?
Hancock.
Hancock, he was a superhero. He wasn't even hard. He was just a superhero. And he didn't even want to be a superhero. Remember, he was a drunk. He didn't want to be a superhero.
Yeah.
So Will ain't never played a hard dude. In the Fresh Prince, he was the least hard dude. If you listen to his autobiography, he will tell you that he was never that dude. He got picked on. Will was tall and skinny. He wasn't JJ-ish. But we making excuses to justify something. But we won't address facts because facts cause us to have to make the appropriate response, and we don't want to do it. So it's 7:15. I was supposed to stop this one at 7:05. Go ahead.
And I just wanted to make one more point, and then I'm gonna let you shut this down. But when that did happen, it took me a few days, but I thought about it, and I was sitting here thinking, if he did that to Denzel's woman, what kind of reaction you think would have happened there? Or do you think he would have even went that direction? So that tells you a lot.
Right, but and the cosigner, right? Would Chris Rock have done that to Denzel's wife? Because everybody's saying, "Oh, Will Smith wouldn't have did it, so and so did it," but so and so them got good enough sense that they won't do that kind of thing because they know it's out of bounds. What's up, Bobby?
Right.
They know it's out of bounds, and you don't see people doing stuff that's out of bounds because we know what the limit is. We know where the line is.
And then people forget about that history also.
And then you got their history. And what do we know? Everybody has a boiling point. Everybody. And for everybody who say that Jada could have stopped him, it sounds cute. Mo, and we keep saying we're gonna let this go. Have you lost your cool since you've been married and your wife was present?
Of course.
Could she stop you when you hit the tipping point? There's no stopping. They may be able to come in and calm us down after 3 to 5 minutes, but when we have boiled over, I guarantee you that my wife, they know that when we have tipped over, not to touch us. We at 300 degrees right now. They're gonna let it come down to 150 before they touch you and say, "Baby, let's go. Baby, that's enough." But they not finna. Everybody keeps saying she could have stopped it. You can't stop a man possessed. You can't stop him. When she saw him walking up there, she didn't have a clue he was going to slap. She didn't know what was going on. Because I guarantee you, at that Bad Marriage for Life, had she known what was going on, she would have been right up there with him and got her slap in too. She was caught off guard. Oh, she told him to do it. What clip did y'all see where she got a chance to tell, "Hey, go up there and slap the shit out of him right quick"? Y'all making up shit. But y'all just heard it from a free world guy. When he's here, as much as he love and respect his wife, she can't immediately calm him down. She gotta let some fresh air get into his system, cool off his reactors. Then she can talk to him. Cause he don't hear her when she's saying, Mo, he don't hear none of that shit. I've been there where I lost my cool because somebody did. I ain't heard nothing till it was too late. And guess what? They ain't gonna say you shouldn't have done that because that ain't the conversation. Especially if you were protecting their honor, defending somebody who is under your protective wing. They ain't gonna tell you to stop because they still want to be protected. I bet they had great sex that night, but that's a whole nother story. So we're gonna take a quick break, and then we'll be right back. We're gonna get into the meat of this. I just had to get that hot shit off my chest.
Shop Velvet Online Women's Boutique to spice up your closet with trendy, unique looks. We have fashionable and chic looks at very affordable prices. Velvet Boutique offers free shipping all year long on all orders. Shop online at www.melvetboutique.com. That's www.melvetboutique.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram. Shop Velvet Online Women's Boutique.
For 5-star backyards, Yellowwood brand pressure treated pine. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it.
Time to call a credit repair company to fix my credit. Hold the phone, man. You can do it yourself with Credit Versio. That's way too hard. Call the credit repair company. Most credit repair companies only work on 1 or 2 accounts at a time, making it slow and expensive. You won't figure that out for months. Ignore him. Credit Versio's brilliant software scans all 3 credit bureaus, finds the accounts that are hurting your score, and guides you through the entire process. Anyone can do it. Let's fast forward and see the results. Wow, I fixed my own credit and saved hundreds. You can do this. Visit creditversio.com.
Follow the Black College Sports Network and all of our shows on YouTube. You can find us at MyJBN Online and on all social media at MyBCSN1.
At CDW, we get speed as the new currency of success.
Our team spends way too much time tending to outdated applications and software when they should be focused on driving application agility and innovation.
CDW Amplify Development Services modernizes software and application development to help accelerate innovation and digital transformation.
So you mean building new applications, UI, and mobile interfaces?
Well, you said you needed to innovate more quickly.
Oh, so he's a listener.
To do more at scale, trust CDW Amplify Development Services.
Majesty is a premium health and wellness tea line focused on bringing delicious yet healthy tea blends to the community. Filled with an abundance of vitamins and antioxidants, we work to blend teas with exotic spices and fruits to produce scrumptious and wholesome beverages. So check us out at mymajesties.com. That's MyMajesties.com. My Majesties, an Urban Passport member.
All right, we back. And this is the hot segment. This is the hot segment. I've been watching these little crazy ass wars, men versus women. Why single women ain't this? Why women with kids ain't this? Why this? You know, how they don't appreciate this, how they don't appreciate that. And I'm so effing tired. Fellas, if the woman that you digging ain't got no respect for you, why in the fuck are you still digging her? Move on. Don't sit back and whine about what she missing out on. She can't miss what she has never had. If you don't value a woman with a child, why are you dealing with her? If you think that she don't want you, why are you dealing with her? Ladies, why are you dealing with guys that you don't value? As we go through this, and I'm so effing sick and tired of this. Ain't it crazy how sometimes I say effing and sometimes I say the word, I just caught myself. I'm trying not to curse so much, but sometimes it's the appropriate phrase. So as we're looking at this and everybody's complaining, oh, women don't appreciate this from a man. Women want this. One woman complained about Michael B. Jordan. One woman. Now here come these dudes saying this is how women think. What? Ain't too many black women who don't think the world of Michael B. Jordan. Ain't too many women. But here these dudes go. Lori couldn't hook up with him. Just because you look good to one somebody else don't mean you look good to everybody else. There's a whole little thing called, what's that word? Connection. Connection. Mo is perfect for his wife. His wife thinks the world of him. If Mo go out with another woman, she gonna look at Mo's wife and be like, what are you saying this dude? Because everybody does not appeal to everybody because they appeal to you. Everybody ain't gonna sell their soul to be with somebody because they possess all the paperly stuff. So Michael B. Jordan got the look. He got some money. He's famous. Some people don't want famous people. It don't negate what they are. And here we are talking about what women don't want. But women don't want to do this. Women don't want to do that. They don't appreciate a man who make 100K. Well, the stats say ain't that many men that make 100K. So some of y'all lying. But why is 100K? What's so special about that you should just garner respect because you make 6 figures? Especially nowadays, there are lots of women who make 6 figures. Even though again, ain't a lot of people doing it. But if money is what you're using to call yourself high value, then why are you upset that you're being used for your money? That's what gave you your value. Because I'm seeing a bunch of high value men, the first line they start off with is how much money they make, not any personal qualities. Because I ain't never dated a man, but I'm gonna just say this, cause she right here. So if I look scared, just know that I'm being threatened. Part of what makes me a high value man, when she likes me, when she loves me, is that when she wants to do a venture, she knows she I don't care how mad she is, she can't tell you who her best salesman is when she decides she wants to do something. Because I ain't so alpha-ish that it's always got to be about me. When she did glasses, who was selling her glasses? Because I'm going to promote whatever she does. And it don't mean I got to ever put me on the back burner. But we don't want to do this because she got to do all this. See, that's what makes me high value. If my partner's into something, I'm going to be in it for her and I'm going to help her. We saw the video, the photo shoot where, now who was the lady in the photo shoot? With her husband walking behind her.
Oh, Rihanna.
Rihanna did the photo shoot. Her husband walking behind her holding the baby. I seen all you alpha niggas get triggered. Oh, look at him walking behind. What's wrong with him walking behind? Oh, ain't no real man gonna walk behind. He's a real dude, whether y'all like it or not. So, Mo walking up, Mo and his wife going up the steps. Mo, which one is correct? Which one makes you not be a real man? If you walk up the step first and hold your wife's hand so she come up with you, or if you stand behind your wife so she don't fall, which one is the correct way to do it? Because we want you to be a real man.
I can't speak for
We talking about you now. Just you.
Yeah. I can't speak for everybody's, but my thing is, my wife is going to go up the stairs first. I'm behind her.
What?
Yeah.
That don't emasculate you?
No, man. Are you kidding me?
Because these dudes say that emasculates you being.
No, that's how you treat your woman, like a real woman, like a queen, man. You know, let her lead sometime. You know what I mean? You gotta let her go up first, man. You know, take the lead. But when she get to the top of the stairs, I'm opening the door.
Damn. So you don't go in the door before her when she open it? You don't make her wait?
I'm open. I'm opening the door.
Mo, when you open that door and you let her walk in first, she emasculating you. I'm telling you, I saw it on Facebook, so it's got to be true.
Yeah, no, man, they got it twisted, man. That's probably why I've been married for almost 30 years, and a lot of these people haven't. So I don't know what to tell you.
It's so crazy the things that real men say emasculate us? A picture? Because we take a picture and I let Trina stand in front of me. That emasculates me? Y'all a little too sensitive. I'm thinking a lot of y'all on periods. I'm thinking a lot of y'all on y'all period. Everything emasculates you. If she answer your phone, you feel emasculated. If she open the door, you feel emasculated. If she walk in first, you emasculated. If she walk in second, you emasculated. What the hell is it that simple acts emasculate you? But when a man slap you, that don't emasculate you. I'm just trying to figure this out. But when I'm watching this, and I'm seeing all these dudes whine and cry about the level of disrespect that they get from women. And most women most women always chasing dudes with money. Do the research. I dare you. I dare you. So I did the research. Because I know women, people love to talk to me because I love to ask the wrong questions publicly. Most, and I'm going to say this, most women will tell you that they are not with the guy who made the most money. They're not. So why do we keep saying that they always chasing money? Most women have been with a guy who made lots of money. Didn't like him for whatever reason. They didn't like him. So why do we keep repeating this? Why do we keep repeating this? Why? Here's my theory. And this is what the conversation is about. This is about men stepping up. Men stepping up. See, if we know, we're going to make this be a fact, even though I'm not 100% by it. We know that studies say that kids they do better when they come from two-parent households. And y'all know how I feel about that. I believe you need two good role models. If it's your mommy and daddy, fine. But it may be an uncle, maybe a football coach, it may be an auntie, whatever. They need better role models from each sex. Men have to step up. Where do kids get most of their exposure to adults? Schools. How many male teachers are in most schools? Most schools got a handful of male teachers. A handful, that means 5. Very few schools have 10 male teachers. So when do these kids get exposure to men and the way men do things? Because men, it's our job to build this up. But we don't want to take jobs to do this because we want to be rappers. We want to be race car drivers. We want to do all these things that take us away from raising each other. Men, it emasculates you to raise another man's child. It's got to be one of the dumbest things I ever heard. See, when a man chooses to become a football coach or basketball coach, you know what he's doing? He's raising other people's children. When a man chooses to get into teaching, you know what he's doing? He is raising other people's children. Men do not want to be mentors. We have left this up to women and then we blame them because we don't want to help them. Make it make sense. We don't want to give them a hand. We just want to sit back and complain about the job they're doing. Consider this. If you had a job and your boss didn't give you nothing but a list of things to do, no direction on how to do them, and he kept complaining about how you doing them. And you're like, how should I do it? Oh, you figure it out. That's pretty much what we're doing to women. We keep telling them to figure it out. We ain't going to help you. You look at our page, every weekend we at the club living our best life. But we ain't got time to be with our kids. We don't have time to be in the community where they can see us. Mo got 2-3 groups going about raising boys. He's trying to do what he can. I've started doing mentoring and other things. I talked to a couple of male teachers. But guess what? It ain't a bunch of them. So where are these boys supposed to get this positive role model from? Because Mo, when you were growing up, who can you think of who your positive male role models were?
Yeah, I only had one. I only had one, man, and that was actually two. My grandmother and my grandfather. You know, they went through. They were just on the cusp of slavery, man, and they somehow found a way to struggle through life and make themselves a good life. And they actually loved the people around them and gave them values and taught them lessons. But everybody after them was just for self, man. And I didn't learn any lessons from those folks. So, I had to, take what I got from my grandparents and use that as a basis to figure out the rest of life. You know what I mean? And the rest was trial and error. And I'm lucky I went the right way. You know how easy it is to go the wrong way. I just happened to go the right way, and that was it. If I'd have had a role model, a male role model or female role model, whatever it is, I would have succeeded much faster. But that's my life, and that's how I did it.
And I sit back and I talk about some of the teachers who I ran across who helped influence me. I had a white social studies teacher who made me learn Black history, who gave me a list of names not to do any research on. He said, "You are better than this. Don't do MLK. Don't do somebody that nobody knows about. You are a smart young man, Darren. I will not let you give me a report." And he gave me like 20 people I couldn't do. The same 20 that we do year after year. Positive male role model. I had coaches. They gave me something. They gave me a foundation to start building upon, to see how men do things. Because I was raised simply by my mother. She did a wonderful job. But there were males in my life that I could look to. When I went to school, I had male teachers. Some I liked, some I didn't. Same way about female teachers. But they, in turn, they might not have been a total role model, but they gave me positive imagery that I could see. When these kids go to school now, where would they see positivity from males, especially from Black males? Where are they going to get it? TV. Because nobody's around talking to them. On career day, what do you see? You see a bunch of women again. 2 guys, 30 women. At the PTA meetings, you know what I see? I see 40 mothers, 3 dads. Where are we? Where are we? Why are we not stepping up? But we got time to tell women what they should be doing, how to get a man, how to do this. But when they're at places where they got to be, when they're at the school because they're trying to take care of their child and work 2-3 jobs because they're alone, when they're doing this, then where are they supposed to meet these quality guys? Because when they go here, the quality guy is already with another woman because all the rest of the guys out doing something else, living their best life. So men, ladies, ask your guys, when are you stepping up for the cause? Not for your family, for the cause. Because unfortunately, when something bad happens to one Black man, it happens to all of us. And this is why we can't say, oh, that ain't me. If it's bad, it's all of us. Because then we do all fall into the that's them category. And when we see something, and these real men, especially alpha men, man, that ain't my fight. It is your fight. If you sit back and watch a man punch a woman and you don't do nothing because it ain't your fight, what make you think your daughter or wife won't be next? Because you ain't everywhere with them, but you don't say nothing. You don't do nothing because that ain't yours. I just want to know. How many times does your wife, your girlfriend, your daughter, your mother get a flat tire and you just happen to be in the car with her so you can change it? So if you ain't in the car with her when she's out there on the street, if she run across one of these dudes that you choose never to check, to raise up, you're leaving her defenseless because you're leaving all these predators out there and they know we ain't going to check them. Oh, she should have did this. She should have did that. What about us? What should we be doing? What should we be doing? We don't want to have that conversation. We don't want to have that conversation. When I asked Mo to come to the show, because I value his opinion, there are lots of things we don't agree on, but again, it's getting to the same goal. We want better for our people. There are options, but we can't keep negating what it is we're not doing as men. Why are you always picking on brothers? Brothers always asking for submission. Brothers want to call each other king. Brothers want to talk about this, but you don't want to do king shit. You don't want to do shit to earn your submission. You don't want to do it. You don't even understand what submission is. Mo just told you he submitted to his wife. He opens the door for her. Y'all can't do that because you're submitting. See, y'all too strong. Y'all want to keep yelling you alpha.
But they want to be tough like Malcolm, but not realizing that even Malcolm submitted.
Right. And if you watch the alpha animals that y'all love to talk about, the alpha wolf ain't opening the door for nobody. That's the alpha that y'all are. Y'all are selfish because everything emasculates you. You throw Malcolm's name around. But what was Malcolm about? What caused Malcolm to fall out with with the Islam? That he wants to protect his people, not just keep talking about it. To do something, we have to show them that you cannot harm us. No, no, no. I ain't knocking again. I ain't knocking on you religious people. Praying only does so much. I ain't never seen nobody get scared because somebody started praying at them. Sometimes violence is the answer. But dudes, men, gentlemen, where are we? Why are we not standing up? Why are we not standing up? Why are we not making our presence known? Why are we not in the front of all the marches when there is an injustice? Where are we? When George Floyd got killed, I seen a bunch of men put his picture up. I seen a bunch of dudes put up Colin Kaepernick's picture. I seen a bunch of dudes put up all this Black Panther crap. But I don't remember y'all doing that for Breonna Taylor. She was one of our queens. Weren't we to protect her? What was the march about harming our woman? Where was it? Where's the outrage when our women are hurt? Where is it? We love to talk about how we disrespected, how we're undervalued, unappreciated. And I believe that there's some truth to that. But guess what? When I go out there and I speak to somebody, they look at me. They may see an angry Black man. Hell, they may see an angry nigga. But when Trina go up there, they just see a little ass woman. She ain't gonna get what I get. So who is the one that's least respected? How long you been in the workforce, Mo?
Oh man, that was about 20 years.
Okay, I don't want to activate no triggers, but how many times do you reckon you've been sexually harassed?
Maybe once or twice.
And you think if you asked your wife the same thing, she could say only once or twice?
Hell no, no way. In fact, I went to a training course with a group of black women, and man, if we had time on this show, I could tell you some stuff that those ladies went through. I had no idea that they went
On a
through at work.
regular and recurring basis. But we want to sit there and cry about our victim status. Talk to these Black women and ask them how much they have to go through just with basic sexual harassment, because when they trying to get ahead, everybody wants something. We're crying because the man wants us to work longer and harder. That ain't what he want from our woman. He want her to work. He gonna reduce her off there if she does this and this and this. We're so stuck on us that we missing all of this. We are so stuck, we missing all of this because we won't step up. Why is that? Why is that? Kings. That's what y'all want to be called. But you ain't doing shit to earn that. You ain't doing shit to earn that crown. You got a penis. You want to be a king. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Women have got so used to being sexually harassed at work, some of them just laugh it off and keep moving. They're not even shut down by it no more. For them, it's part of business. How effing stupid is that? That they accept it as a way of life, sitting back crying about what we got to go through. I'm confused. Make it make sense for me, Mo. Make it make sense.
No,
You're
it
the
does
wise
make
one of the
sense.
group.
It's not. Nah, I wouldn't say that, but it doesn't make sense. It's something that happens, and you know, I think we just got to start highlighting when these things happen. We got to highlight it. We got to bring it to attention. Take some action, whatever that is. I'm not talking about violence or anything like that. I'm just saying, we need to address it. And you know, and I don't know what forum. I haven't been really, besides the training I told you about, I haven't really been in a forum where, so in that forum there was probably like 15 black men and 15 black women. And during this segment, all we did, the 15 black men that was in the room, all we did was listen to what the black women went through. I'm not sure I ever been in another session like that. You know, why don't we listen to what they go through? You know what I mean? You hear whatever you hear, but the women go through stuff that you probably have no idea they go through. And so we need to highlight that and maybe come up with a plan, man. Figure out at least how to support them, how to help them through these things. Because just leaving them out there by themselves, you can't. You should never title yourself a man if you just you just walking by and your woman getting treated like that.
But we too busy talking about how hard our life is. But supposedly we built for this. Cause see, y'all keep saying kings, and I told somebody, most kings, unless they were born into it, were warriors, and they overthrew a government through violence. That ain't what we want to do. Mo just told y'all, and I'm willing to bet the 15 men, if every man told a story about their incidents with sexual harassment, they couldn't compete with one of the women. 15 men don't compete with, but we're so busy talking about how we persecuted, how we this, how we that, how we this, how we that. We're so busy wanting to be victims and wanting sympathy. Sympathy. You know what the short word for sympathy is? Simp. So I'm gonna call y'all simp because y'all clearly don't know what the word means. But y'all kings always simping. Y'all simping because y'all want somebody to feel sorry for you because your life is so hard. Women still begging to get equal pay. They want equal pay. You simp asses think they want equal in the household. They ain't never fought for equality in the household. They ain't never fought. I dare all of y'all. Ladies, gentlemen, put on your page. Ask how many women want equality in the house. That ain't what they fought for. They fought for their livelihood because we leave them notoriously. So they want to be able to make money. But this ain't what we want to do because we're too busy crying. We're victims. Quick flashback. In that show, all he did was whine about being a victim. All he did was whine about being a victim. Oh, I ain't gonna be no victim. I could have went on Oprah Winfrey. I could have did this. No, dude, but you did, especially when you talked about it. So what's the difference? If you were over it, you would have talked about something else. I ain't gonna deny. I think you're traumatized. I think you're hurt, and you don't know how to get it out. But again, you want to be the victim, but you don't want to talk about all them abortions you've had, how you victimized those women. Because that ain't what we do. Because most of the women who have been sexually harassed have been sexually harassed by somebody that looks like us. We don't count those because we're too busy wallowing in self-pity, wanting a woman to pull us up. Oh, man, these women don't even want to support a dude no more. What are you doing to support her? You're going to her and you whining. Man, it's hard out here in these streets. You know, the police trying to lock a nigga up for doing this. You know how many times we pass police? How can the police be trying to lock you up if every joke you make is about them being in the donut shop? Pick one. They eating donuts or they locking us up. Which one they doing? We're so busy. We're so busy wanting to be victims that we not stepping up. We won't get into the teaching field. You ain't got a job. They need male teachers in the worst way. They need male teachers in the worst way. So that these boys, when they're in school, which is what they are, most people in school for 6 to 8 hours a day. I'm sorry, I learned this other day. Some schools last 10 hours. These kids in school 6 to 10 hours a day, and they not having positive male contact. That is absurd. That a kid can spend 40 to 50 hours in a week in one place and not have a positive male contact. We don't do wood shop no more. We don't do mechanic stuff in school. So yeah, we can blame that on school. But we can teach English and math. We can teach social studies. We can teach PE. Where are the men, Mo? Why is it that they're running from their responsibilities? How do you think that is? You think they don't know they got responsibility?
Well, I'll tell you one of the main reasons I think it is that we never grow past the adolescent phase because there's nobody there to teach us how to matriculate into a man. You know, there's principles and ideologies and things you need to know to go from a young teen or young adult to a man. You know what I mean? And if you want to make that jump, you got to talk to people like you got to come on this show. You got to talk to people like us. We're elders now. We already been through that phase. We already understand the roadblocks that you're going to run up against. Come talk to us. We'll give you that information or find a source to get that information from because we'll save you a lot of time, a lot of heartache, and make your lives a lot easier, whether you believe it or not. I'm here to tell you, DVP, I know you can second that because it's the truth, man. Because, you know, I personally didn't have nobody to go to. I had to figure this out by myself. I don't recommend that for anybody.
But we grown, we know everything. So why don't we know that we got to start giving back? Why don't we know this? We spend all this time chasing women. We spend all this time living our best life. We spend all this time playing dumbass video games, but we don't have time to support our women. We don't have time to support another man's child. We don't have time. We don't want to accept the responsibility that comes with trying to be, not trying, but being an inadvertent role model. Why is that? Why is it that we want women to hold so much?
So this is my opinion on it. I'm not in the Nation of Islam. I've never been in the Nation of Islam, but what I do like is that they have principles and they have an agenda. And if you're a man, I'm just speaking for men right now. If you're a man and you don't have principles and an agenda, you lost, my brother. You need to have principles and an agenda, not just for yourself and to help your own family out, but so you can pass that knowledge on to others and help them out as well. That's one of the things I think we're missing in the culture. You know, that in fact, you know, in Africa, old Africa, that's how it was, man. You know, you sit around a tribe, man, you learn from the elders. We need to get back to that.
And you know, like I said, I was talking to two gentlemen yesterday, and that was the one something we ain't never agreed on nothing. They made me nervous. We agreed that men are not stepping up like they're supposed to, but we want all these titles, we want all these favors, but we're not doing nothing to do it outside, at best, outside our household. But after that, we don't care about nothing else. We got a whole society crumbling around us. We can blame everybody but each other. We spend all our time telling women what they should do better. Oh, the stats say this, the stats say this. Well, the stats say that most women who are molested, most girls who are molested by a man in the house. So now a woman got to pick her poison. Now a woman got to pick her poison. See, if she with me because I got money, she's a gold digger. If she won't pick me because I ain't got money, she'll go there. And if she pick me and I ain't got no money, then she made a bad decision. See, there's no way she can win this battle. She had children. Look at her. She couldn't even get the man to marry her. Everything is her fault. It ain't never the man left. The man had bad intention. And we don't push each other to raise up because it's easier to blame somebody else. For us to succeed as a people, everything that we've been telling, everything that's been said is false. We don't all have to stick together. We don't all have to do the same thing. But what we do have to do is we have to start contributing to the community. Because as much as the women want to be this, the women can't be the warrior kings and we thrive. The warrior king has to be us. And then they can bask in their femininity. They can nurture and make the community grow. But as long as we out doing everything else, it ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Why is that? We don't want that. But we need for the black man to step up. You don't need to keep talking about what you came from. We came from gods, we came from kings, we came from royalty. At some point, it's put up or shut up. At some point, that has got to be the marching order. Other than all this hoopla. When are we going to do it? We come here, we have uncomfortable conversation. We put the seeds out for us to start growing. Ladies, ask the man the question. Ask the man, ask these guys questions. And it depends on where you are in life, because the older you get, the more you understand. But understand it's about getting old, and I had to learn this too. The older you get, the less time you got to do more stuff. I got a family now. I don't have the time I had when I was younger, because as Mo said, nobody told me I should be doing some of these things. I'm trying to do some now, but I still can't do as much because I still have a family. But when I didn't have a family, I should have been out there in the streets making sure that these boys had some positivity to look up to. Back in the day,
Man,
we had Officer Friendly coming to the school. He ain't there no more, because Officer Friendly in our school was always a guy. Always. I never saw a woman Officer Friendly. Go ahead, Mo.
I was just gonna say, man, it's for the adults, that's coming to forums like this and having conversations and trying to get new ideas and new thoughts. For the kids, man, we got to catch them before they start, getting fixed in their thought process and the things that they admire and the things that they look up to. We got to catch them then. So these conversations here help out a lot because you can take this information, you can share it, you can come here. You can ask tough questions. We don't take it personally. Me and DVP about the same age, man. We've been through a lot. We've been through a lot of different things. Got a lot of experience, collective experience. So bring the questions here. Bring the thoughts here. Let's have those discussions, man. We don't need to shy away from nothing. Let's talk about it. Be real.
And let's come up with solutions. But we got to do it. Ladies, when you got you a guy and you think he's a good guy, ask him. Ask him. Listen, give up 3-4 hours of your time. Let him go to a school. Let him go somewhere and contribute and show his good black manedness to some other boys who don't get to see this on a regular basis, who are in single mothers' home, who never get to see anything but a woman working hard. Let them go and let your man tell them the things that he does to make sure that this is going on. Because if you ain't never seen something, you don't know it exists and you don't know how to do it. And this is what we have to do. We know that these black boys see single mothers. They grow up with it. They don't see a man around. They don't see a man around. One of my first real role models was a maintenance man. I don't know why he liked me, but he took me around, showed me how to do stuff, didn't date my mama or nothing. Greatest guy I know. Got me into some trouble, but that's a whole nother story. But he was a role model because he taught me a work ethic. We worked in the rain, we worked in the cold. He wouldn't take excuses. Man, I got home from school. He gave me out to do my homework. He was out there honking that horn. And I had to go out there and learn maintenance stuff. He gave me a little change, but he taught me a lot of little lessons. We got to figure this out.
And
Go ahead.
And I gotta talk to the ladies, man. Stop playing. Y'all need to stop playing. Y'all smart enough to know when you're dealing with a knucklehead or when you're dealing with somebody that's wants to be progressive and wants to grow. Y'all know that. You guys know that. But sometimes you stay in denial and you don't look at direct on and address it and deal with it. Listen, I'm just gonna tell you, man. If you giving a guy 2 and 3 chances, you giving a guy 3 and 4 chances, man. That's too much. You got to think about yourselves. You know what I mean? You guys think about yourselves. Be stingy with that. You know what I mean? You got a right to have a good life. You got a right to have somebody in your life that supports you, supports your dreams, thoughts, everything. Be selfish with that.
And if he thinks supporting you is emasculating him, that's not a red flag. It's a full-fledged stop sign. But we're gonna pick up on this because this is one that's been bothering me. And we got to do something. But Mo, I want you to give us a stock tip and a parting comment.
All right. Well, first thing I'm gonna tell you is I teach stock market basics because our community, the black community, is far behind when it comes to investing, what to do with their money and investing it and making more money. I'm not gonna get into the details here, but what I'm going to do is suggest that you come take my stock market basics course. The next one is March 11th from 10 to 1 Arizona time. What I'll say to you is send you can send your name to DVP or send it to me, and I'll send you an email and get you the course link. Um, One thing for sure is that If you look at the numbers, I got the numbers of who invests, how much they invest, all the details. And I'm gonna just tell you, it's not that difficult. It's just something that has been hidden from us. You know, whether we don't read or whether the information is not passed down. I can tell you, for me, it was both. The information didn't get passed down, and I didn't read. You know, as I got older, though, I learned that, you know, the people that was talking to me was telling me that, listen, this is something you need to get into. It's going to help you when you get older and later in life. So I recommend everybody come take this course, man. It's going to help you out immensely, and it's going to help us change where we fit in the financial profile.
And I just put it in the chat. So I mean, in the thing. So I got his name. You can inbox him. You can inbox me, and I'll put the information back up. So like I said, we're gonna get out of here. But I just want to say, ladies, if you would have, man, real men like women who make them step up, who can push them effectively without nagging. If you got one, he's doing certain things. Introduce him to, let him be, let him get somewhere where young boys can see this, so they can grow into the men that you want your daughters, your sisters, your aunties, even your mother to hook up with. Because we are out there. Fellas, if you keep hanging around these women who be saying ain't no good men, then I blame you. Change the scene. If they everywhere you go, then you may need to leave that state. Because I'm not having these issues. I ain't been nowhere where all I hear is women saying that men ain't shit. Most time when they say it and they give a story, I can't do nothing but co-sign it. But stop overvaluing yourself. Stop putting them down to make you feel better. Stop negating their experiences. Stop doing those things. Accept theirs like you want them to accept yours. All right? This is Random Thoughts with DVP. I'm out of my drink. I'm going to get something to drink. I didn't have to wink twice. She doing something over there, so she didn't threaten me. But we'll be back next week. I want to thank Mel. Next week, I'm going to have some travel tips for y'all because travel season is coming up. Mel got a whole travel thing she got going. So if you're thinking about traveling somewhere and you got questions, I'm going to tell you how to get to her, or you can ask me the questions and we'll get answers for you. But that's what we're going to do. So until next week, y'all know what it is, right? Peace, popcorn, and chicken grease, and we out.